how you feeling today?
What up, my boy? Doing the best I can.
Hey, that is an honest answer. We was talking a lot about it before we got on, and I just want to talk about it because I felt myself the last couple weeks in like an incessant like rat race. Like that was the word we were using. Like
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like I was on go, and I didn't know how to not be on go. And even when I woke up, it's like I wake up, I'm like, all right, what should I be doing? What am I not doing? What am I not ahead on? And like it really hit me bad this week with writing because I just started dropping stuff and I was like, okay, maybe this is a good thing that I keep wanting to write stuff and put stuff out. And then I just had to kind of ask myself, I was like, what are you racing for? What metric are you trying to meet? Like, what are you doing this for? Is this because you really want to
Damn,
do it?
damn, damn,
I'm
damn. That
just
part.
saying. And you know, we talk about it a lot, man, because social
Mm-hmm.
media doesn't ever stop. I feel like we stuck in that same loop
Mm-hmm.
and all we doing is look for what's the constant news update. Like I got back on there, and I'll admit I am back in my destructive ways of incessantly checking in and looking for a new update when it ain't a new update, scrolling and checking my likes. I'm back into that toxic rat race, and I know I'm gonna have to detox it.
I'm also giving you your props. You are on there posting your work, so you're doing your best.
I appreciate
So
it, but
I'm really proud of you for doing that because you've been spitting that fire, recent fire. Go to can you plug your website real quick?
yeah,
I
appreciate
don't
it.
know it by heart.
No, you
It's
all good.
good, y'all. The
Nah,
articles, the latest
yeah,
articles, fire.
I appreciate it. Yeah, my medium at Solomon Hill Fleet. Please check me out. And just trying to drop more work, but I mean, that's cool and all, but I think me and you were just talking about it. At the end of the day, it's the motivation behind what you're doing and how do you
Right.
feel when you're doing it. Like I know
What's your
I
process of even enjoying it?
that was what we were mentioning. Like, how are we gonna ever enjoy success when we're not able to enjoy the process? And with everything going on, like I know you got work, you got school, I've got work, I've got some things with school. It just sometimes feel like even now on weekends, I cherish them so much, and I hate seeing them go by because I feel like I'm gonna be back in the rat race.
Wow, yeah, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? And I envy people who be like, I go to, I don't have to go clock in. I envy that
Right. That's honest. Yeah. No, that's real. And it's a privilege. Absolutely.
because it's like I find ways to find freedom in the day, and that's what I try to do, like trying to find moments of the day for freedom of myself.
That's a
But
bar.
hey, you have to though.
You have to daily or you're just gonna shut down.
And see, that's been the issue. I was having to talk to my fiance. She been feeling really stressed for work. And she's like,
Hmm.
I'm hurt. She's like, my feelings are hurt on these things. I don't feel appreciated. I feel like I'm busting my ass for them and I'm not getting this. I'm overwhelmed. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, but you got to find time to preserve self. Like,
That's beautiful.
I've literally been, I tell all the time, when I get stressed, I do take bubble baths. I take my bubble bath,
Mm.
play my music, you know what I'm saying?
Can you please encourage your brothers to do that? Absolutely.
Hey man,
That's beautiful.
y'all can be tough all y'all want to, man.
Absolutely.
If you want to hit the button, if that's how you unwind, that's cool. For me, I'm a play this Anita
Yeah.
Baker or this John
Yeah. I'm
Coltrane.
a bubble bath jazz person. Absolutely.
It helps. I've been doing that, and I'm not gonna lie, I have not been exercising like I normally should have. I'm trying to get back to it. That we kind of took this time off.
Same.
I fell off, but I got to get back to doing that too because you got to
Same.
build that resistance up to. It's like an analogy for life. When I start feeling myself getting really mad, I'm like, I need to be working out.
Yeah, it's a good release for me too, but I've noticed I haven't I like hurt my lower back and I've just been like not even trying to like stretch every day to make it feel better again. So it's been like 2 weeks have gone by and I'm like, all right, we probably should, get back to working out so we can release because working out has just become such a release for me, especially with like the day to
Well,
day stuff.
I'm gonna hold you accountable there, and because I've been doing this new beginners workout on like YouTube. I follow this dude, and I've been doing it every day, and I do
Nice.
nothing but hip rotation stuff and full
Yeah.
body workouts because I haven't been
I like a
lifting.
routine. Mm-hmm.
I have to though, because like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
lifting, but I notice all my stress is in my lower back and shoulders.
Oh,
And
you might be on to something for me.
that's
Okay.
when I was in that whole chakra thing. They used to say certain valves was not working right, and they used to always say like that lower back was the security chakra. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? And I was like,
Oh, get in your bag.
No, I'm just saying.
You might be on to something. I'm gonna go read my chakra book when we done with this episode. Definitely gonna grab it.
You know, because you know when you don't feel right. You know when you don't feel all the way.
That part,
you know?
Yes. I'm not Corvette.
Go ahead, talk to me.
I'm just not. I just still feel overwhelmed. Always tired. Again, I've been sleeping. I'll fall asleep, but then wake up and really don't go to sleep until like after 7 a.m. all week. That's been school is exhausting, recovery programs is exhausting, doing the self-work is exhausting, but all necessary, but it's exhausting. Yeah, insomnia is on 10 this week. But the beauty is the awareness. And also today I discovered my sponsor in one of my recovery programs made me discover that like the victim in ourselves, the victimhood in ourselves. And we even so much came up with a name for mine called Miss V. Like there's just this victim side of me that I still battle every day when I get in the way of God's, things for me or what he or she wants from me. And that's my victimhood. And it was just so amazing to hear her it was just so amazing to have that moment of like, this is why I'm feeling what I'm feeling. Cause I've been having these feelings all week and I'm just like, yo, somebody, Lord, give me a sign, like DMX. And I was like, okay, it's Miss V, just trying to steal your joy when you're right where you're supposed to be. So I think to sum it up is just like feelings are overwhelming, feelings of exhaustion, feelings of tired, feelings of not taking care of myself. And I'm a big take care of yourself, find joy for yourself every day. That's my bag. And I'm not even doing it for myself, and I feel like I'm being too available for others to where I feel like that's a good thing for me to notice that, because then it's teaching me to say like, no, I can't do it right now.
And see, you said a lot of things in there. I guess the big thing is like when you become aware of like whatever the crutch is or the thing that's stopping you.
Ooh, the crutch. There you go.
I was talking to Shaneka about that. I was like, yo, like I was like, I still have a thing of like I could be happy, but I'm still holding on to, but I still didn't like the way that shit went down. I still feel a way about that. And it could be like you've beaten that situation. But another part of me like, but I don't like the way shit went down. Like,
yeah.
I had a homegirl come to me because I was kicking it with some of my people, and we were talking, and I mentioned like one of the past people I dated, and I mentioned it like once. Mm-hmm. Before it would have been like I mentioned it like all the time. So
okay.
I mentioned it like once, and she came to me later and was like, "Yo, like I know you ain't mean to, but don't mention that around fiance." She,
right.
I was like, yeah, I didn't think about that. And I talked with her about it yesterday, and she said, "I understand how you're healing still." I said, and I shouldn't still be healing per se, because I was like, I don't miss the situation. I just didn't get the closure that I still have a thing of it's not quite closed the way I want it to. I'm still trying to control how it should be, and I'm like, damn, that's a real flaw of like you wanting to control how things end.
Yes. What you just shared was beautiful on so many levels, because it was like, one, you allowed yourself to have that moment of honesty around others. Two, you did it around your fiance, and yeah, you're like, probably questioning why did I say what, but then y'all had the conversation, and then the fact that she was like, it ain't about me. I understand you going through a healing. You going through your own stuff. That's beautiful.
That's
real though. With that healing on control, absolutely.
I mean, but what you're doing with speaking to your sponsor is the exact same thing though, because she literally has seen where you've come from, where you're going, and I see where you're coming from, where you're going. Like even with us doing this tonight, you was like, yo, so we doing this, right? I was like, yo, you right. I just said we was gonna do it. Let's do it. Let's commit to it.
Right.
And it wasn't a just holding me accountable for respecting what we said we was gonna do. And I was like, right. That, you know what I'm saying? And
right.
Then even like now, I know you're not 100%.
5.5, bro.
For sure.
But I'm here. The point is, I'm here. Like someone told me too, like, sometimes you're not gonna give it 100%, but as long as you gave it something, you did something, and that's good.
And sometimes you just ain't got it to give. You got what
Yeah.
you can get. People have to appreciate what you can give, and that's like
Authentically, absolutely, because my perfectionism is going to want me to put on a performance and a mask that I'm giving you 100%, but my authenticity, Jesus Christ,
that's the name of the episode.
can't speak,
Authenticity.
authenticity, countryness,
Not
allows me to just be like, actually, I don't have it in me, and it's okay. I'm
and
here.
I'm gonna just be real. I don't think Black women should have to
Oh,
have to.
the strong flag, half staff, as long as they need to be. Don't ask me when it's coming back up. It's not.
That's real. And I mean, you should be able to do that.
Yeah. Black men should be able to do that though too.
Man, honestly, I was talking about that with my dog. He was like, hey, bro, I'd be cool with saying that, we talk a lot about like, nah, I'm not really happy with this situation. I'm not really happy with this and that, but I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But sometimes I feel unacknowledged. I was like, yeah,
absolutely.
We're not gonna say this publicly, but
yeah,
even I talk to a lot of married men, and that's just me being real. They don't always keep it real. They'll be like, man, I'm happy. It's work. We know that, bro. But are you real enough to say at times I don't feel appreciated, or at times I don't feel I get everything I feel like I should get? Tell me that.
Respect it. Yeah.
And even though you can't get everything you want, at least tell me that's how you feel. Don't make it seem like one person just eliminated all the problems of the world. Because that's what people y'all think about relationships. They be like, when you find that person, everything will click. It'll click. You still gonna have to work, and everything ain't gonna click all the time.
It ain't gonna click if I ain't click myself though. That's it all start with ourselves. Right. I can't look for a relationship to save me. That's what I wanted so bad. I wanted a man to save me so bad. Like, no. But that's beautiful that you ask those questions and that they're honest too, because then you're not lying to yourself or in this denial of like, oh, everything's great. And then all of a sudden you have this outburst and you're like, well, where did that come from? Because everything's not great.
Here's the thing. Men want the same thing. Men be looking, and they don't say it as saving, but men want somebody that's gonna make them feel like I'm valid. Because we all measure our worth by that. Like, yo, if I get a really dope woman, people gonna be like, see, I knew you had value. And I was in that trap for a long time. Like, man, if I get a girl, people just gonna be like, yeah, see, I knew you had value. Because
oh wow, that's honest. Yeah.
I'm being real. Like, as a dude, if women be like, you're a good catch, but don't nobody want you, subconsciously, like, something about that ain't adding up.
Right.
Shit don't make
sense. I always laugh when someone says, "What you're dating a person or you meet them for the first time? So why are you single? What didn't work out?" And you're like, "Well, which part do you want me to tell you? The toxic that I'm gonna lie about, or the real me?" It's like, it just didn't work out.
which lie you want for me to give you? Which lie?
I think for me, I definitely want to hold value in a relationship, but I did want to be saved. I definitely wanted to be saved at the time. Like, I wanted a cowboy on a horse to come save me. Absolutely.
And see, like, I got a homie. I'm gonna just mention him as a character sketch. I ain't gonna say his name, but it's just for his example. So my dog, he's had issues with mental health, and he's still battling through them. And the part that made me the happiest was he met someone and he said she understands where I'm at and where I'm
going. It's beautiful.
And she's cool with that. And I was like, my nigga. And I beautiful. My nigga. Because
do you know how much it takes to own that? Like, hey, this is like you're not only showing up vulnerable, but you're also saying, hey, these are one of the things that are challenging for me. And then to be like putting yourself on there to see if someone would still be willing to accept that. That's beautiful, because rejection is a thing. It's a blow to the ego. We know that.
And
we know that.
It's a blow to the ego, and to tell someone that you're struggling with something that you have to at times, possibly get treatment for. Yeah, that's just a lot to reveal. It is. And when he told me that, I was like, it just kind of renewed my faith in, like, you just can be honest with people and let people make the decision of if they're gonna deal with you or not.
Yeah, I think it's challenging to admit that I'm not normal, whatever that means. Like, with my whole, like, addiction and recovery, like, it's hard to admit, like, I'll never be normal, and it takes daily practice.
Man,
So, like, I understand. That's amazing for your friend.
No, and it just made me think of a quote from this lady I was following on IG, and she was just like, "The beauty is understanding that the duality, that you are bad and
Oh
you are
my
good."
God, yes.
And I have to
It
remind
is the
myself,
duality.
it's the duality. And then someone took it a step further. It was like, and there's people might jump off the boat on this, but it's not really good and evil as much as it is light. It's which one are you? It's not
Yep.
really good and evil. They could be the same sometimes, depending on how
Yep.
you look at it, how
It's
you approach it.
perspective. I agree.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
glad you said that because for the longest is and it's also, reprogramming your wording too, because it's so like ingrained. But like, yeah, this is good, that's bad. It's like it's really no good or bad, it's just depending on how you see it. With everything. Like I could be positive Patty and someone can see that as bad because they can say, like, you always positive. Are you being your true self?
Exactly.
It's all about perspective. Or someone can say you're always complaining. Does anything make you happy in life?
And see, the perspective. I'm gonna tell you the hardest battle I fight every day. I
Mm.
invisibly take things people do as, is this beef? Did I do something? Did I
Uh
do? I've been in that space a lot. If it's distance, even though I want the distance, damn, am I being too distant? But I feel okay, so maybe okay. Then I'd be like, damn, does this person have an issue with me because they didn't like this status? Yeah, but I hit
That's
them up and
honest.
they didn't respond. Like I'd have had to do that a couple times. Damn, I text so and so, they didn't respond, but they replied. Da, da, da,
Mm,
da. Then a couple days later, they might respond. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? But
right.
I just
Could
be,
it be not trusting yourself?
I think it's some of not trusting myself. I think some of it is me feeling as if me doing for self is selfish.
That's honest.
You know, I think I kind of feel guilty at times of doing what I want to do
Yeah.
because like I said, we talk about it all the time. I feel like I have trouble with extremes. Either I'm really fucking with you, or I'm not.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I'm selfish, I'm like, oh, I ain't fucking with you at
Right.
all. Like nigga, you over there.
Right. So if I'm giving you this and offering it, you better take it.
So if I feel like, damn, I've been hitting so and so up, then I'm like,
Right.
fuck them completely. Then they'd be like, nigga, I just turned my phone was off, Sam. If you took that shit too
You're
far.
like, I ain't pay my phone bill, dog.
And it'd be like that. It'll be like,
Right.
damn. And I have to look back like, damn, so and so has hit me up for 2 weeks. I have not responded. Damn, you got to work on that shit. Like,
Yeah, I feel you on that. That's been me. I've been like not dodging calls, but not answering calls, but then also telling myself, like, I don't have to guilt myself and do that. I'm not in the greatest space, you know?
and I think that's the safety thing to protect yourself when you're not in a great space. You don't
Yeah.
you don't even want to put, because a lot of times you don't even know fully how you feel, and you don't want to
No.
quite invite people into it, and they say some dumb stuff to you. You be like,
Right.
I know
Because
it ain't that.
sometimes if you ask me how I'm doing, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I don't need your feedback. Sometimes I just want you to be like, man, the only feedback of like, sorry you're going through that, or that's great. But all of that extra deep dive, I got a therapist for that.
Facts. And sometimes, and I've gotten to that point where I've had to learn. Sometimes when people say stuff, it don't require me to even try. Like you said, don't fix it. I just be like,
Yeah.
I feel you. That's
Now with some homies though, I do respect it. Like I do, when you get in your bag of giving me life's journey, I'll be like, yo, I appreciate you for that. But some people is just like, yo, you could take the therapy hat off. I'm cool. But it's like, how do you say that without sounding like a butthole,
You sound like an
You
ass.
already
You say
get,
it.
because
You just sound,
Aries already get the rep of being buttholes,
yo, and it's our
that
season too.
duality,
It's
duality of perspective.
it's
Yeah.
our season too, so they're gonna start talking real tough.
Period,
See, it's that
period,
season.
period.
Hey man, side note. Speaking of that, I don't like that song, but Fifi liked the song. She's like, oh, I love that song. I was like, oh, you ever heard Lil Baby part? She was like, nah, I play Lil Baby. She's like, oh, I hate this part. I was like, oh, you don't like this part. You
Oh, you
like
know
that.
what's funny? I haven't heard his part either.
So
That's funny.
when she talking about buy me a bag and stuff, everybody's like, I'm with that. I'm with that. And he was
Does she
like,
be like in the house doing all this, or like next to you in the car doing all the quotes?
and then when he over there, you got me messed up. I ain't paying nothing unless I get my. So
I'm
like, okay.
crying.
I'm like,
That
talk that
reminds me
talk.
of this meme I seen this week. It's like Megan and her boo on the side, and the tweet says, Men ain't nothing. They da 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 da. But she was literally sitting right next to her man, basically the cap. And because like a lot of taken women do we quote in City Girls.
They keep talking that Uzi know he
And
loves
we
me. I'm
talking
like,
that talk, yeah. And we talking that talk and be taken as ever.
but
It's hilarious to
dudes
me.
do that too. And I was gonna talk about that. Like dudes be over here like y'all out here simping, then be like, just bought wifey a car.
Right, I don't even be knowing, right?
What is that?
You deserve the world, yeah.
What part of the game is that? So I think we just got to be honest, man. It's never all one way. It's never we just love them to death and
Yeah.
we pimping them and never love them. It's not all
I'm
that.
crying.
But it just be funny because she love that song. But like y'all love the city girls, but
Right.
y'all realize they wiped up.
Right.
So
I'm always gonna be like see that's when I know I'm seasoned because like City Girls is cool and all, but it's Trina for me. She the godmother of City Girls.
and see, I think that's
But
how
when I think about back lyrics of Trina, I'm like, I had no reason screaming
saying that.
these lyrics. I
Saying that.
remember real quick, I remember this guy, without releasing names or telling too much, I remember this guy cheating on me, right? And instead of me like giving him his whole speech, he rolled with me too. And I was like, I could really leave you on this side of town, but I ain't gonna be that bad. So I let him, drove him home. Like what is the word? What do y'all be calling women that are
Pick me.
pick me's? Oh, this was bad. This was my pick me era. Like pick me. And so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna leave you on the other side of town. I could. So I'm like, get in the car. So instead of me like going off the whole time, what do? I played Trina Baddest B on volumes. And I said, it's so egotistical. I said, let me remind you. And I turned it up to ignorant levels and just continued to play it the entire ride home. Didn't say nothing else. Wow. That not funny or not? And I was just like, what was I doing that day?
Yo, you really had to make a point. And my man can't get out the
I
car.
was like, oh, let me remind you, because you got me messed up. And then, low self-esteem and confidence all went out the window. But either way.
Music can have you really gassed, Joe. Music can have
at
you
the
gassed.
time when I was feeling myself before being
Yo,
cheated on.
you needed that.
Like,
You needed to do that and to let them know what it was. Nah, but it's important because
absolutely.
music
And
can
get
have
out
you
my car.
gassed.
Absolutely.
Music have you gassed, yo. Yo, they music, Trina's music, Lil Kim, all that. Like, I go back and listen to it now. I'm like, yo,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was playing that No Time because that's like one of my favorite like Lil Kim verses. She just slid on there. So that second verse, she was like, "Squeeze your butt cheeks." I'm like, yo, what in the world? What you just say you was gonna do? Like, yo,
she said what she said.
Really good with you. I'm drinking babies. What?
Right.
What?
Right.
Like, damn, what was you like 18 when this shit?
I was gonna say that. Mine was 17 too, and everybody was like, yeah, give us some more. Give us some more.
It's crazy, bro. And we don't want that's it's a combo for another day. We were just talking about that's a combo for another day. But I think music also is a part of like healing from burnout because
I cannot live without music. That is a guarantee.
Me either. I'm not gonna front. Like I told you at that presentation the other day. Once it was done, I got in the car, Kanye all day. And I was just like, this J nigga, I was so turned. I was in the car like,
hey, oh, really?
And I was like, I was just playing Kanye because I was like, when I be in certain modes, I need to hear like Champion. I need to hear certain stuff.
Okay.
Through, you know what I'm saying?
Now we getting somewhere. Okay. What is your like? Oh, Champion definitely is one of mine. What's like another one of yours? Like, I gotta get in that mode.
So I have a playlist. I have a couple playlists. I have a morning motivation playlist. And it'll have like Optimistic on there, Big Sean.
You just body something like your presentation. What else you playing? I hit him with some old Jeezy.
Let me see. I had that playing. I'm not gonna front. Some T.I. record. I gotta insert some.
Oh, absolutely, from Urban Legend. Absolutely.
T.I. I'm not
even. I'm
front.
serious too. Yeah.
That slept on too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even front because I love that Graduation album. That the Glory. That be my,
Yeah.
I play that in the whip and I be in traffic cussing and people be like, what is this nigga doing? I be in there just,
Mm.
I did it for the glory. Cause that's how I be like, when I win, I gotta play this. When I finally get this version of myself that I want that playing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. And when like I have my moments of like, people really playing with me, I'll blast, can't tell me nothing at ignorant levels.
you
Them
got
words are spiritual.
they I was just about to say, like,
They are.
I'm not gonna lie.
Like he really got it off on there.
And see, I'm gonna be even more real. And my fiance knows it. I have a cry playlist. I do. I have a playlist
Mm.
of stuff that I just play when I've been like going through too much.
Ooh,
I need to go
what's
cry.
one of them?
Let me see. I got Tupac's "Staring at the World Through My Rear View." Uh,
That's a good idea.
Tupac's "Smile." I got like a lot of
Cause
Pac.
I got a love one, I got a joy one, I got a like what it would feel like to be in love, like all of that, but I don't have a cry one.
You should
Ooh, a
get one.
good cry one.
I got J.
Mm.
Cole's "For Your Eyes Only" song.
The bells toll, the tolls. Oh, the first one.
It's off
I
that
see
album.
the rain. Oh, that
It's off
first
that
song.
album. It's off the album, and then that Changes song he did with Ari Lennox on there too.
Oh, that's true. That's true. It's true.
So and then Logic's Never Been, but I just play them. And Nas is one
Nice.
mic. I ain't gonna lie, Nas, that last verse of Nas one mic, boy, I didn't cried to work a couple times
Am
playing
I
that.
the only one who gets emotional off of Until the End of Time with
With Justin Timberlake and Beyonce.
no, with Tupac and
Oh, that's a classic
RL?
song. I'm not
Bruh,
gonna lie
I
though.
get emotional every time I listen to that song, especially watch the video and like RL's like, I'm like, yo, I
Yeah,
feel you. I
exactly.
feel you.
They don't get that though. See, this is why, like, and I'm gonna say this with love. I I love Biggie, respect to Biggie. I haven't watched the documentary on Netflix because when I watch Tupac or when I hear Tupac, it's a spiritual experience.
Oh,
Like
interesting.
when I hear like I was listening to Thug's Mansion the other day, and I was like, no one knows my struggle. It's hard to carry on when no one loves you. Picture me inside the misery of poverty. No man alive has ever witnessed struggles I survived. I was like, fuck, bro. Damn, when you
Mm,
say that, I felt that in the spirit. I'll be like, he just hit the core. Like, it ain't gonna be witty bars, but it hit me
yeah.
in the core. Like, there was an article the other day. They talked about the Asian store owner who killed the black girl back in
Oh yeah, yeah.
1994.
The anniversary of it.
And so
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening to it, and I was like, little Latasha show grown. So tell the lady she's forgiven. So come home. I was like, that's
Wow.
what Pac was
Yeah.
talking about.
I
Oh,
appreciate when artists do that. Yeah. I need to go back to Tupac and Biggie, honestly, because was raised in a Christian family. So I used to like sneak in rap music.
me too.
So I only know like the singles. I could say that. Y'all can drag me, I don't care. It's honest. But
No,
yeah, I definitely want to go back to the catalog. I feel, but like not to even like take away from Pac, but like that's Kendrick for me, honestly. It really is. I didn't even realize I got my damn shirt on, but his concert insane. Like I just for me, I don't know if it's because we were writers, but it really his music really takes you on a journey. Like Good Kid, Mad City. I'll tell you off air what I think about that because I don't want nobody to take ideas, but
I get you.
that's the score. It really is. And
It is.
I feel like to Pimp a Butterfly too is a journey.
It was the anniversary
It
the
was a
other day.
journey.
It was the anniversary the other day, the 5 year anniversary. And
So slept on.
I
When I
said,
first came, I was like, oh my God. And I'm one of those music nerds, like I can
me
hear a
too.
little ding in the back, and I'm like, did you hear that?
But
Yeah.
I was playing How Much a Dollar Cost the other day, and I was
Oh,
like, this is one of the greatest rap songs ever written. This is one of the greatest songs ever written. I listened to Mortal Man. I was like, we thought Pac was alive when we heard this shit. I was like, how the fuck is he talking to Pac?
if it hits a fan, are you still a fan?
He
It's
predicted this
real.
now. He predicted everything going on now.
Yeah, he did.
If they come
Ahead of
get me,
time.
are you
Yep.
riding with me? And I was like, I
Yep.
knew what you were saying back then, bro. And I taught that
Let me
album
tell
to
you.
my students. I was like, this is a great album. Y'all gonna love this album. And at the end of it, I was like, I kind of like that.
One of my favorite songs in there is You. The honesty of that, relatability for that.
Drunken Convo.
Jesus.
Drunken Convo.
You is, it's just like, wow, you can't get no honest. It like broke all the rules of being this cool rapper, and I don't have flaws or anything wrong with me. Like, he bared it all on that track.
Like, loving you is complicated. And like when when he was mentioning the dilemma of his own little sister getting pregnant, I'm like, he felt conflicted.
I place blame on you still for my sister's choices. Why couldn't I go visit him in the hospital? Why did I just settle for a FaceTime?
And see, off that album, so here's I really want to acknowledge this with the Negro did the concert and kept the live footage when they was fighting in the crowd. Come on. They was fighting in the audience while he was performing. And then he did the freestyle in there. He was real enough to say, I'm going to keep this because I want y'all to know I'm trying to end gang violence. And they was fighting at my concert. Like, you listen to the album in the and you like, dang, they was fighting in the crowd. He was like, bro, I'm trying to do something for the kids. Y'all trying to fight.
Right. And you called it too. I saw you get a tweet off about the Grammy performance. And I was like, oh, Kendrick did it twice for y'all already. The one with Dave Chappelle. And it was another one he did.
I'm sorry. I didn't even want to say.
You think them dudes that he was dancing with just shot off the ground just to do it for entertainment? No, it was a message. Killing the military. It was a message.
I just want to say this, and I'm going to say this with love. Kendrick, J. Cole, other people have risked their careers at the peak of their careers, making these messages that now people are pissed.
Knowing, they even said out their own mouths, I don't even know how this is going to be perceived. I don't even know if this is going to work, but I'm going to do it. Way ahead of their time.
And that's why when people criticize them or people praise, like, yeah, man, at the Grammys, that was a real display. I was like,
no, it wasn't.
People did that before. That's not real. That's just somebody's right.
And then when he got praised for that, he was like, I just want to make it clear I'm not trying to make this type of music, which I understand because that's your brand. But at the same time, it was like, bro, why'd you even have to say that?
And that's how I really got to look at what you're doing. Like, all right, man. Okay. I get you, bro.
Can I just get this off?
Go ahead.
Listen, make what you make, but I absolutely hate Rockstar. Like, if I had a top 10, that would be 1 through 10. I hate that song so much. I can't tell you how much. It's just giving forced pop. It's giving forced justice. I just really,
I get why he made the record. And
yeah, absolutely. But anytime I hear the doom, I'm like, turn it off. No, absolutely not.
And see, I was trying to explain this. I'm gonna say this last point. People was mad about the best rap albums. Look, y'all, I think Lil Baby had the most talked about album last.
Oh, he got best rap album?
No, he wasn't nominated. He got some songs though.
And but he really cooked during quarantine. Like, he went on a whole nother level during quarantine.
He did, and I'm gonna give him credit. I think that was a good album by most standards.
And we also got to think Grammy standards is different, y'all.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, we're not talking.
When we talk about blogs and entertainment websites, it's different, y'all.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you may have liked songs off of there. That doesn't mean it was a cohesive project. That could just mean it was a bunch of the singles.
Also have to think about who's voting during the Grammys, y'all.
And you have
it ain't the BET Awards.
Exactly. You have to petition to even be in the category.
Ain't that crazy? Yeah. Because it's kind of like you're almost saying, hey, please give me this award. But then in a weird way, when you win the award, it's like, so do I really thank the Grammys, or do I thank myself for voting for myself? I'm confused. That goes back to that illusion I be talking about. A lot of the award stuff, a lot of the screenshots of, people getting acknowledged in magazines, it be they homies doing it. Like, let's just call it what it is.
And I think that's the part we don't
get caught up on, like, I gotta be this because it's not even real.
Like, I'm gonna say this point. When you really look about the albums that people say are classic and how they was getting these ratings, I was like, I'm not sure who you may have known at the record label.
Right. Talk, please. It's connected.
I'm looking like, okay, so Outkast, Outkast Equipment, I got 4.5 mics, but somebody else's album got 5 and they can't rap. Okay, all right. Okay.
Yep. And that's that politics.
Cool.
But it's just
politics.
like, I get it. You're an artist. You have this dream. You've always won. The Grammys is like, would be like the Oscars and Emmys for me, you know, as a screenwriter. But
Yes.
it's all an
But
illusion.
I just be realizing now, like, it ain't even, it's not
And those
even about
plaques, they have to pay for.
it. You're paying for the plaques. You're paying for you. You
The
go
platinum
platinum and you
selling
paying
gold,
for it.
they pay for those.
Well, that's why I say this with love. I know people have a favorite rapper. I know he had a 1, 2, 3, but my
Okay,
favorite,
and we
my
going, we
favorite
going,
rapper.
we going. Let me know if we going. If we getting it off real quick.
All right, I'm gonna let you get it off.
Okay, I'm gonna cook.
The
Cook,
rapper
my
that
boy,
I
cook.
did, the rapper that is the best rapper alive.
Why are you surprised by that?
I'm not. I'm just saying.
That's what I'm asking people. Why are you surprised by that?
I'm saying he got 1, 2, 3. Okay, I feel you. In this time, he got 1, 2, and 3. The best rapper alive, though, came when Biggie and Pac was in the game, and then he was in that era, and he was on top before we had these metrics.
And also, who's his competition right now? And also, like, I know we don't need to make everything about race, but Drake is a Jewish black man. He is a Jewish black man. He has the privilege to go in and out of talking about hood stuff and not. It's a privilege for him. It's a privilege for him to deep into the waters of pop and rap and get his stuff off and everybody eat it up. It's a privilege to have a lot of white audiences, Latino, Asian, you name it. He got all of that. He is a Jewish black rapper. That's the other thing when you talk about the whole comparison and seeing yourself. Y'all gotta stop trying to be Drake. You will never be Drake.
You're not gonna be him.
You don't have his access. He's a Jewish black rapper.
Yeah.
You will never have his access. And I just wish, like, see that duality. I want to say, I just wish Meek could see that and maybe he can free himself.
You know what?
If Meek Mill see that,
somebody
he wouldn't be so hard on himself about putting out stuff.
And somebody said this about Meek, and I'll never forget. They was like, Meek reminds me of T.I. in a lot of senses of they one good thing away from being arguably one of the best.
Yeah.
One thing away from fucking it all up.
Yeah. Cause especially when T.I. in that whole Lil Flip thing, T.I. just needed to focus on his music. He was too invested in Lil Flip, the whole leprechaun thing and everything, which was a moment.
It was funny though.
Blog era. It was funny. But it was like, yo, why are you so caught up on this other grown man? Even the Shawty Low stuff too. It was like, yo, why do you care so much?
And I say that with Meek. To me, to be real, what Meek Mill did with Championship, that should get way more praise. That was such a.
It was good.
That was a comeback. Like I'm off the ropes. Bam, 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 and I'm fighting back. And I'm like, okay, what you got for me next? Then you got this little PR marketing thing when you done got out of jail. I'm like, okay, what you got next?
Oh my God, yeah. I wonder, did that help him or kind of harm him? Because it's a lot of mixed messages with that. One, who helped you get out? Patriots owner. Two, who else helped you? I'm gonna remain nameless because I don't want to smoke. And three, you then, out of your own mouth, said that you're going to stop rapping about lyrics about killing, but you're still rapping about lyrics about killing, and you're looking for younger black male artists who are rappers that come from the trenches and rap about actual killings. So is it Uchiwali or is it One Mic? Let me know. And I feel like that's a battle for him. I really do, because now I see it. I'm just assuming, of course, because I don't know him, but you see it. It's just like, I wonder, is he struggling with the whole, like, I'm this reform that Quentin Miller call him Meek Mandela to like Meek Mill, North or South Philly, whichever one he wants to claim the day of. So it's just like, I'm sure he's battling with that of just like, did I get myself too corporate or am I too street now? Because even street dudes are like checking his street. Like the dude from his own city is like, we're not checking for you like that no more. You corporate Meek. I wonder what that feels like for a rapper, period.
I do too. But I guess the hardest thing he would have to accept is he could be who other people want him to be.
True.
And not be as successful.
Yeah,
if you know Jay-Z, bro, and you know all these other millionaires, accept your lane. Change your message though. And this is why I kind of respect dudes like Wallow, because Wallow is like, I'm gonna be real enough to say what I want, and I'm gonna be real enough to say I'm not in the streets, but I know the streets, but I ain't trying to be a street dude at all. I'm trying to be a corporate speaker.
Again, that duality. If I want to go back to that, I know what come with it. Exactly. But I want to do this instead. And he might be on and off as far as like, you know, code switching and all that. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, nah, I ain't doing that no more.
And that's, you know, I think the big thing, I guess I say in short, with us in duality, like, you could easily decide to just be like, I'm gonna be destructive today.
Woo!
But I know it comes there.
Yep.
I know it comes with it. And that's what I have to remind myself sometimes.
I could choose it. I could choose to be miserable today, or I could choose to be happy. It's true. It's so true. Because it's on our choice. It really is on our choice. Daily.
That's it. You know, and the poster behind you says it best. Think about Billie Holiday. This was someone who was very talented, but who spent most of their life not happy. And it made their music great, but
yo, it's so wild as a consumer when you hear these stories, because you think the answer, or you're almost taught that the answer is the money, the acknowledgement, people adoring you. You think that's the answer, and even someone like her, Strange Fruit, is like, nah, I'm actually not. I'm not with it.
Nope, I'm not very happy, and it just destroyed my career. But we say all those things to say, like, I'm glad that you're working through what you're dealing with.
Yeah. It's a choice. I you know, I'm acknowledging what I'm feeling, but I'm not choosing to wallow in it.
And at the end of the day, it's ebbs and flows. Because today you may not be feeling it. And you may get up tomorrow and have a new realization, and it completely shifts your whole energy. You one thought away.
Show you how much of a human we are when you could really just be like,
we one thought away from really good or really bad. You know, like, I'm gonna use his last name before I go. I was showing her The Prestige. You ever saw the movie The Prestige?
Mm-mm.
Oh God. Okay, so you need to watch.
That's my homework. Okay.
So with The Prestige, it's basically Christian Bale, Hugh Jackman. They're both competing magicians, and their lives are basically ruined because they're so competitively driven to beat each other, right?
Ooh.
Now, here's the thing about it that makes it interesting. One of the characters deals with like duplicity of, you don't really know who you're gonna get, and I'm gonna just save it at that because I don't want to tell you. But what you start realizing is, it was all about who he kind of chose to be that day.
Wow.
He chose to be the loving, caring husband, or he chose to be the I'm an ass. And she was like, I hate when you do this.
Because it's just like, it's hot and cold. You don't know you're gonna get. Yeah.
But when you see the movie, you're gonna be like,
okay, I'm gonna have to watch that. Shout out to you.
It's like 2 hours, but if you watch it, you'll shoot me a text and be like,
absolutely. Yo, you know, I love good recommendations, books and everything.
It's on Prime. It's on Prime for free. So, but I say that just to say thank you for talking to me today. And you know,
I always enjoy when we catch up and talk to, you know, our audience.
Me too. And like I said, to our people listening, I know y'all got stuff going on. I know y'all got stuff y'all are struggling with.
We're in the second year of the panorama.
That's it.
Oh, actually, yeah, this is the second year.
Yeah, that's it. But you find moments of relief in it. Like I tell people all the time, I'm not Muslim, but I never forget. They used to always tell us what they would say in the Quran: verily with difficulty comes relief.
Oh.
And I use that to this day. Verily with difficulty comes relief.
Because it's true. The duality is also suffering and happiness.
Yep. And it's like someone was telling me, the key is realize what J. Cole said, the beauty of life, the pain never lasts. I seen a baby cry, seconds later she laughed. The beauty of pain, it never lasts. J. Cole. Anyway, let me go listen to this. I'm gonna go listen to the old Cole though.
Oh, okay. Listen, we gonna start there.
So, but no, I appreciate you, Breigh.
I appreciate
you peace and sending you love. As always, thank y'all out there for listening. We look forward to y'all thoughts and comments.
Yes, hit us up in the comments, y'all.
Please do. Peace, y'all.
Peace.